Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, the Manga Man here, and today we're talking about Black Clover chapter 304. In fairness, it's a pretty straightforward chapter, and I will keep this short. All links will be in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into this review. So, the first bit I want to talk about is really the fallout or the aftermath of the chapter. In essence, the overall chapter was a very big de-escalation, which is understandably fine being it's the outcome of the battle. So we're done with Vanica. The curse that was on Magicula's curse that was on Lolopika is gone. She wakes up, she's naked, she slaps Asta even though he says he hasn't seen nothing, and there's like a meeting or a hug between Noel and Lolopika, and Asta gets here again, and even though he hasn't seen anything, and she's been sundry as usual, and literally within the same page, the panel just below is her older brother, the Super Sundry, not being able to say anything, and then we see because of that panel behind them, Leal is talking to Charlotte, talking about how he hasn't found his ultimate magic or his ultimate picture that he could draw, which is good because he's relatively young and ultimately it means he can grow down the line. And then there's like a moment where Lolly wants to see Gaja, and then people start collapsing. And that's pretty much how the meeting goes to start off with. And that's point number one, the fallout of the chapter. So the second bit is what happens next. What we essentially establish here that everyone's hurt, which is fine, and I was hoping that there would be some type of ramification from this near-death experience, and it looked like it was going in that direction to begin with. There was talk about how, the good people aren't necessarily always rewarded for their actions and that sort of thing. I thought, okay, maybe there's something here. Maybe somebody's gonna die. Just one person's gonna die. At least one person. And no, that doesn't happen. Nacht has Mimosa with her, and she does her thing, and she dresses up like a Christmas tree, and she heals everybody. What I found interesting was that her magic is really geared towards support and healing, whereas her cousin is more geared towards offense and maneuverability, and I like that because ultimately what this can mean down the line is they can make a really good combination, one being in the front, one being in the back, and really take advantages of their slants and their abilities. That doesn't necessarily mean that Mimosa won't get more devastating attacks down the line, and Noel may necessarily get some healing abilities, but at the moment it looks like there's an offense slant and defense supportive slant here, because her ability even surpasses Lolly at this point. But bear in mind, she doesn't have the Undine technically connected to her, because the Undine has been shown this chapter to be out of mana, so her own natural ability in this decrepit, out of mana, going through all the struggle state, just didn't have it. Doesn't mean necessarily she won't have it in the future when she's back to normal, but right now Mimosa's got that healing ability looking OP. And then in the background you get Nozel doing the we need to get Yami back in his own way. That's kind of his excuse because he helped Noel get strong. And then even further back you've got Nacht, who's like, yeah, these lot have got a lot stronger than I thought they would, and that's pretty much what happens until we get a declaration of love, and Gaja declares his love for the princess, but not as a queen, as a woman, and everyone's all giddy and excited and this and that and the other. But ultimately, that leads on to the next bit, which is the final bit. So the final bit really, ultimately, isn't much. We see a few panels from Yuno, who's with Langris dealing with Zennon. It does say sometime before the defeat of Vanica, so this is going on at the same time as this fight with Vanica and Magicula. That being said, Yuno asks for 3 minutes, and he says he's going to end it in the next blow. We don't know what level this spirit drive is in comparison to Noel's, but ultimately this might be a similar kind of thing where he goes all out, does his final Saints stage ability, and goes for it. That's what it looks like. And that's more than likely where we're going to be in chapter 3 or 5. So, relatively simple chapter. Not a lot really happens. But nice cool done chapter before we can start building up for the next battle. So thank you very much for your time. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.